Hello everyone, Dr. Amanda here. Today we're going to be discussing all things dairy. And I don't know about you, but dairy was one of the things that I had trouble giving up on my plant-based journey. It was one of the last things that I actually stopped and actually started to feel a lot better once I actually stopped eating dairy. But a lot of people are concerned because when they think dairy, they think of bone health, and that if I don't eat dairy, then I'm going to get weak bones. Well, actually, the opposite can definitely happen because dairy can be very acid forming in our body and very inflammatory in our body. And when our body is full of acid or acid forming, then our body tries to maintain balance. And what does it do? It actually pulls calcium and other nutrients from our bones and actually makes our bones weaker. And we don't want to do that because that will increase our risk for fractures and other issues. So with dairy, it actually contains sugar and protein. So that's why some people thought that was a great source of nutrients. But lactose and casein are in dairy. And a lot of people cannot handle, especially the lactose. A lot of people say they're lactose intolerant and have a lot of gas, GI upset, things like that. So a lot of people they give up dairy for that reason. But we have to remember that dairy is not just milk, but it's also like cheese and yogurt, ice cream, which has more sugar in there. So things you have to be careful with those. So what other benefits can you get from decreasing dairy or eliminating dairy from your diet besides good bone mass? Well, actually, it helps with clearing up your skin a bit better, so you don't have as much acne. So for my teenagers and young adults there, that can be very enlightening for you. Also better digestion and relief from chronic constipation, so you're not so backed up and feel bloated, things like that. And also seasonal allergies or even asthma for some children, so they can actually be related. So a lot of children that may have asthma, you may consider, cutting out their milk. A lot of people eat milk on a daily basis in some fashion or form. Also, reducing headaches and migraines. I was a person that would stay stocked with Excedrin because I had so many headaches. I mean, almost daily at times. And by me cutting out the dairy, I actually have very few headaches. And sometimes I can almost tell when I've done something, maybe sugar or not drinking enough water, that would trigger those headaches instead of all the dairy I used to eat and have headaches on a daily basis. Also, for those people that have a chronic drip, I have a lot of people that complain of that. They just feel like their nose runs, their drainage, they're stuffy. So dairy can actually keep those nasal cavities clogged, and you're like, oh, I got to get all that out. So actually consider taking out dairy from your diet. And you can, experiment with this and do it for 2 to 3 weeks and see if your symptoms get better. And then you'll know for sure if it's dairy or not, because then when you add it back in, those symptoms come back. So that's a simple test you can do, eliminating all those things to help. And for my people that have all those aches and pains, joints, knees, ankles, shoulders, especially the athletes out there, if you find that your joints are more achy, try eliminating dairy from your diet and see if that actually decreases some of those joint pains that you may have. And one big thing for me, since I help people decrease their weight, is weight loss. Some people actually benefit with stopping dairy and their weight actually goes down. So remember that dairy is actually acid forming in the body and actually pulls those nutrients from our bones to try to stabilize our body or maintain that balance. So remember, calcium is good and we need calcium, but we may not need it from dairy. So what are some other sources that you can get calcium from to help maintain your good calcium in your body, so that way you're not pulling it out of your bones? So I have a list here. So our kale kale, collard greens are good sources of calcium, and oranges are good sources of calcium. Almonds, chia seeds, or sesame seeds, that's actually very good and calcium filled for our bodies. Broccoli, which I just ate some last night. So broccoli is very good for our calcium for our body also. So remember, once again, that dairy, there's certain things that we can do to actually eliminate dairy from our diet. So you can actually try off of the dairy for 2 to 3 weeks and then see how your body responds. Do you have less nasal congestion? Do you have your skin clear? Are you having better digestion? You're not having those aches and pains as much when you wake up in the morning, and you feel better and you're like, dairy-free life is the way to go. All right, don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And if you are someone that needs more assistance in their wellness journey, you can actually click in the comments below and schedule a free 30-minute wellness call with me. I look forward to talking with you, and blessings in health. Bye-bye.